Super crappy reviews! Hello everyone and welcome to another super crappy review. Today we're gonna talk about a game that was shown years ago and it's available now. Actually, it has been out for months now. And this video is just coming out now because I'm terrible at writing reviews. But anyway, Granblue Fantasy Versus! Another game made by Arc System Works, designed to sell more than Guilty Gear, based on a mobile game where you play as a stupid kid named Gran, or Jita, who dies, and is brought back to life by this girl named Lyria. And now they share the same soul, or something like that. And now they travel all over the world, adopting people to join their crew, because adventure! Oh yeah, and they're also looking for Gran's father or Jita's because he went out for cigarettes and never came back. But unlike that game, Granblue Fantasy Versus is a traditional fighting game, where all of the characters that Gran or Jita adopted fight against each other. You have your classic archetypes: Shotokans, Zoners, Honda, and Fastiva, the queen of grapples. Agars! That's right, Fastiva. Don't give me that crap that her name is La Diva. Because some guy on the localization team was like, oh my god, a masked wrestler, let's give her a Spanish name and keep the rest of the cast with their original names. I had already gone through this with one of my favorite games. I remember being super excited when it was announced for America. A game called Pangya, where the default caddy had its name changed from Bongdal to Papel. Because once again, some idiot was like, oh my god, it's a paper bag, I have an idea. But worse than that, there was Uncle Bob. His name is Azar. It's the equivalent of Arthur in Korean. I mean, I get that English has stupid phonetics, but come on. I bet they were like, oh, his name is Acer. That name is too weird, let's change it. For the love of God, make an effort. But anyways, that game is dead. It doesn't have anything to do with Granblue Fantasy. But stop changing the character's name, unless they're an actual problem, like La Puta. But anyways, let's go back to the review. I mentioned that it was a traditional fighting game, but it's more like a hybrid that borrows mechanics from various games. On the surface, the game can appear like some sort of BlazBlue, since it shares a similar button scheme, which are A, B, C, D, or light, medium, heavy, and unique. But other than that, it doesn't work the same way. In this game, instead of going through an attack order that goes from light to heavy, you can start an auto combo with any of the three normal attacks: light, medium, or heavy. Light, light, light. Medium, medium, medium. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Other than this, there's also universal overheads like in Third Strike, and the game also lets you block normally or with a button like in Mortal Kombat, which is also used to dodge or roll like in King of Fighters, but not so much because sweeps beat rolls. Special attacks were also implemented in a very curious manner. By this I mean that there are two different input methods. The first one being the traditional method, where you input a motion and then hit a button to do a special attack. And the second one being the Smash Bros method, where you only input a specific direction and a button. Combo! And you might be asking yourself, why do I do the traditional method when I can just do the simple version? Because of two reasons. One being that the traditional version does more damage, and the other being time, because all special attacks are in a cooldown system. Within the game's interface, you can see all of these icons which show all of your character's special attacks, and the moment you use one, they'll be unavailable for a certain period of time. And you'll notice that the cooldown is much lower if you do the traditional inputs. These moves also have EX versions, which can be done without utilizing any resources other than time. That's right. The moment you use an EX move, you'll lose the ability to use this move for a long time. So you have to think to yourself, can I keep playing without this move? The only thing that utilizes resources in this game are the super moves, also known as Skybound Arts or Super Skybound Arts, which can be done with double quarter circle forward and heavy attack, or the simplified version. And it's the same move for Super Skybound Arts, just replace the heavy attack with unique attack, and your character also needs to have 30% health or less. And that's all for the combat system. At first I thought that it was really simple and that the cooldown system was gonna bother me, but it wasn't like that at the end. It ended up making a lot of sense since damage in the game is pretty high and there's not really much time to build resources. I also thought that the combo system was rather limited, but I ended up finding a bunch of crazy stuff you can do and also some fun techniques. And other than versus mode, the game offers a lot of tutorials that go from teaching you specific game mechanics, characters, how to fight characters, and an FGC glossary, which teaches you a lot of language that's used inside fighting games. This is my favorite thing about the game. There's also an RPG story mode, which works like a really basic beat 'em up, where you do a bunch of missions that don't really vary much. They can go from clearing enemy waves, killing bosses, get some loot which is usually weapons or materials to craft weapons, or tickets to use in the gacha. And sometimes you can get a cosmetic weapon which you can see on your character. Wow! It's not great, but it's a pretty okay mode just to kill time. You can also play with a friend, be it locally or online. But the problem of playing online is that it's per mission. So if you want to go into the next mission, you're gonna have to exit out, rematch again, and then continue. Every time. And to finalize this review, let's go to what everybody wants to hear about. The online mode. Granblue Fantasy Versus utilizes delayed-based netcode. And it works okay. I've had good matches and bad matches. Same with everything. It's nothing to rave about. But whenever you're looking for a match, it has the same problem as Dragon Ball FighterZ. The game will not display the correct connection strength of your opponent. One bar can appear as 3 bars and vice versa. The thing I don't like about this game are the classic Arc System lobbies. For some reason, Arc System Works thinks that all of their games sell equally all over the world. So it has way more lobbies than it needs. And a lot of them end up empty. Just look at Mexico's. Why would anybody come here when everybody is obviously playing in the US one? There's also a really huge problem with private rooms. There's no way to invite your friends over. They need to look for the room manually. And the lobby search doesn't show all the lobbies. The only way to find a private lobby is if you search by password. But that's about it. I've really enjoyed this game. I really have more than 80 hours played ever since it came over to PC. I also ended up playing a lot of the RPG mode because I like the boss fights and the game world. I actually ended up reading a bunch of character profiles. They're pretty neat. I recommend this game a lot, especially on PC, just to take advantage of the price. Third world power. Oh god, help us. Please. But anyways, thank you for listening to another super crappy review. You can leave a like, a comment, subscribe, whatever. I'm trying to keep making more of these videos. Sorry, I'm taking a bunch of time. It's kind of tough right now because of the current situation, which it's pretty rough. But I'm trying to make more videos. Sorry, there's not enough in English, but I'll try to keep it even somewhat. Okay, that's everything. Bye bye.